Right, sis. So look at this, right? Grace and peace, by the way. So here we have the Adventist home. Now you notice, you see in the top of it, you see in below where it has her name and everything, right? So when it is you have your picture, you don't just want to cut out the top of the T here down to the where the baby is now. You want the whole picture, because that in itself is like a finished design. You understand what I'm saying? So it will add to your designer, right? So if you notice in your quote, it says, "Why God gave us eyes, ears, and speech." That's a headline, right? So this here, you put that separate as a headline. This is your header, right? So there's something here called alignment. So you could have center alignment, right alignment, perfect alignment. It means if it had more words here, it will end up in a box like this. See? So this is in perfect alignment here. So you see? But we don't want this to be perfect alignment because it don't serve the purpose. It going beyond, right? So what we want for the header is to have left alignment, right? So all the words will start off as normal and we have it on the left here. Then what we do is adjust the spacing, right? So you have letter spacing. Watch the letters, right? You have letter spacing, and you can make it wide. And you have line spacing. So we want a line spacing not close like this, and we don't want something far like that. That's too much, right? So I can't remember what I had it on, so I'll just undo. The undo shortcut is Control Z, just in case, right? So now that we aligned our header, and we want the header aligned, now watch this. This here is what you want it here now is aligned with the picture. Now in Canva, that's why I recommend Canva, there's a purple box. I don't know if you could see it on the screen, right? So they have like that as a guide. Now you see this center line. If you notice in the middle of the page, there's a horizontal line going left to right. Perfect. So that tells you it is properly centered left to right. Now if I move it to the center, you will see center top and bottom, center left and right. So that's it properly centered, right? But we don't want a perfect center. We want it aligned to the right? Just like I'm doing it just like how you have it, right? Because you could align it to the left too. But how you have it in yours is aligned to the right. So we want to quote unquote improve on your design. So what we're going to do, the first thing is we're going to see the header and we're going to put it up here. We're going to adjust the alignment, adjust the spacing, right? And eventually after you see it, you will see it over time. You will get to understand it better and you will get, you will adapt it. So really and truly design is easy. Once you understand how, you will learn it and boom, just like that, your design's much better. So we have the body of the text now, right? So the body of the text now, we want it aligned to the picture to give it a nice clean finish, so to speak now, right? So you see how it's centered there to the bottom, right? Not centered, aligned to the bottom, right? And this is what we have in our layout. Now we do layout and thing soon, but so if I we do layout, let me finish with that. We'll do layout and everything afterwards, right? Eventually we'll learn about layout and everything. Now this here is what you call a divider. You could go in elements here and search like divider line. They have the paid proper ones, but they have free good ones as well, right? And you just drag it. I'll just give you an example. Boom, that's your divider, right? So I'll just Control Z, undo. And then you put a divider, because when you really look at it, something's missing. A divider, in my opinion. Now a divider could be anything, right? But in this case, in this user case, meaning we want to replicate your design as much as possible, but at the same time improve on it, right? So already we see in your design. Now when it comes to this shade of blue, you always use white. Now, can black work? Yes, black can work. Is it effective? I don't think so. So that's why you use white. White will give you a better effect. But there's a problem. There's a problem, right? I got it. How you do this? Right. Okay, good. So there's a problem. Here was the problem. If you use white, the cloud's not white? Yeah. But we could fix that. Let me show you how. You select the picture, and that's alright. You could drag out of the picture. Do you see it? And this way now, you could adjust the picture. That's alright. You see it? So you could adjust the picture to suit now. And you could have you have the same blue sky, you know. You have the same blue sky, but now you could even see it better now. You see? And there you have your picture. Just let's adjust it a little bit so it will be kind of balanced. What we're looking for is, see the space between the E here and the cloud and the dot here and the cloud. That is what we want, because remember, that's how you will see some of God's designs in that is like a kind of perfect symmetrical finish, you understand? And that is what works with our eyes too. I don't know how to say it, but it does look good now as a basic way, you know. So this is how to improve on what you already have. There's a part that I forget to do, is to put the quotation where it's from, right? So that's something you could just put down here. You know what? Let me do it. It's I'd add a subheading, and I'll put Adventist Home. I think it's 401, page 401, paragraph 1. Now, right, so the idea I want to have is to put it down here, right? But you want, so it's a subheader, right? It's like a subheader, right? But it looks kind of, it's not looking like it finished, you know what I mean? So what we could do is zoom in on that now, right? And we could come down here now to get more space. And what we can do now is put in like an element. Let's say we need a rectangle, right? So this here, you could use this, you could put a picture in it. In fact, this is what this picture is. You could just drag a picture and put it straight in it, and you could adjust to suit. So how I would do this now I haven't used Canva in a long time, right? So I can't remember properly everything, right? So we just going and put this, so bring this up like this, right? Make sure it aligned properly, right? And we just going to do this here now. And here what we're going to do now, what we're going to do now is make this white. Okay, what am I pressing here? Oh, there's the text. Okay, good. So we need to make this white. So we're going to put color, put the white, right? As a kind of a effect now. And then what we're going to do with this one now is change the color, and what we're going to do is sample the blue. Now I don't know how you do that with this. So okay, you go with the plus. Here's the sample. You sample the blue. Oh, you have to hold it down. How do you do that? Pick a color from the design. Yeah, we're trying to do that. Okay, I must be missing it. Okay, so right now I'm not seeing how it's working, but I have a eyedropper tool in my browser itself, right? I could detect any color wherever I go. So I want this color. Now if you look at this here, you will see You have your hex, you have RGB and HSL. I can't remember HSL, but we'll get deeper into color and understand all these things, right? So this here now, you have the number here. There's the hex number, right? And what we want is to take a note of that. So we have 296 CCA. Now all these colors will be close, right? So even if you don't get something as close, we want to get it more down here. It will look very close, right? So what we're gonna remember is 2F7 3CE. You can write it down, right? 2F7 3CE. And okay, so that could come off now. Okay, how do you do this? Okay, so we're gonna change this color now to 2F7 3CE. 2F7 3CE, right? So there you have your color. Notice it how it kind of blend here. So what we're gonna do now is put that over the white and see how it looks. Okay, so in my opinion, I need to zoom back out to see the size of it. For me, I think it's a little too big, right? As in my opinion there, it's a little too big. So we could just make it here. And what about the bowl? Okay, so Canva Sans. Alright, and this is where you need to learn your fonts too, you know. Fonts are very important to learn. Okay, so no. I'll go back with the Canva Sans. And we learn font and thing too, and why most fonts are called sans, and you know what sans actually mean and all these things. So yeah, we could just come now and center that. You notice the pink. Always look at your aligning, your alignment lines, right? So let's see now. Let's zoom back out, see how it look. I mean, we could improve on it some more, but you get the idea. Everything aligned, everything, you know. It's not something I would personally, you know, go with as having it out of alignment, but it can work. It is effective. The point is, you get the viewer to read properly, and they're going to go back and show why God gave us eyes, ears, and speech. So that's something that we must not ignore. It is a heading, and you want the viewer to show why it's important that God gave us these gifts and not to take it lightly, right? And then you come now and show in the body of the text and go on to explain the important message. And this is the source of the message. Adventist Home for 1, paragraph 1, right? And this is, you know, the little picture that goes with it. It's clear, it's clean, you could be able to see it, and there you have your finished product. So now we could share. I can't remember what the oh, download, you know. Now we'll go into file types soon, right? But I usually use JPEG. Anything wrong with using PNG? No. Right? So the Pro, you can't really use this because change the size and whatnot, but there's a workaround to that. That's okay. We would use this for now, right? Because they want you to pay for everything, even to change a picture size, which is nonsense. Yep, and that is it by the grace of God. I hope you learn some lessons, and we could always improve and whatnot, right? So let me know your feedback, because really and truly this kind of style is called a clean style, and I was criticized for it in school, where my teacher told me I was too clean. I was hospital clean with all my artwork, and I get what he was saying, but I like the clean finish, you know. So by the grace of God, let me stop the recording now. Let's move on over.